up, Unstoppable Squad? Today we have another AEW Collision full show results. I'm Unstoppable Denominator under orange lights for July 29th, 2023 full show results. Tonight's AEW Collision was broadcasted live from the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut. Miguel McGuinness and Ian Riccaboni were the broadcast team for tonight's event. It's Saturday night, and you know what that means. Saturday night's all right for fighting. Ladder match for Andrade El Idolo's mask. Andrade El Idolo versus the House of Black's Buddy Matthews. I said Buddy Murphy. Julia Hart tried to distract Andrade from the apron, but he wouldn't shift his focus off a charging Buddy Matthews. Buddy and Andrade began to exchange lefts and rights. Andrade El Idolo connected with a moonsault off a ladder outside the ring and down onto Buddy Matthews. Andrade set up several ladders in the ring. Buddy rallied back, blasting Andrade with several stiff kicks. Andrade tried for a 3 amigos suplexes, but Buddy blocked the third suplex. Buddy rushed toward Andrade, but Andrade countered by hip-tossing Buddy into the ladder. Malachi has to be salivating watching this from whatever dark corner he is in right now, said Miguel McGuinness. Matthews regained momentum, whipping Andrade into ladders on the arena floor. A ladder was wedged between the ring and the announce table, and Buddy planted Andrade right onto the ladder. Buddy and Andrade brawled on the edge of the ring. Andrade tried to spear Buddy through the ropes, but Matthews caught him with a front face lock and DDT'd Andrade on the wedge ladder. Buddy set up another table in the ring. He drove the skull of Andrade into the table. Matthews began to climb a ladder in the center of the ring. Andrade pulled him down and nailed Matthews with a back elbow. Andrade hit a sunset bomb off a ladder and down onto another ladder. Andrade started to scale the ladder in the middle of the ring. Julia Hart whispered to Buddy outside of the ring. Matthews climbed back into the ring and yanked Andrade off the ladder. Buddy drove his knee into Andrade. Julia Hart handcuffed Andrade to the ring post. Buddy tried to hit Andrade with a steel chair, but Andrade blocked it with a kick. Buddy inadvertently fell towards Julia, and she mistakenly dropped the key to the handcuff. Andrade was able to reach the key to unlock himself. Andrade grabbed Buddy's wrist and handcuffed him to the ring post. Andrade began to climb the ladder. Julia gave bolt cutters to Buddy. As Buddy was trying to break himself free, Julia jumped into the ring to stop Andrade from climbing the ladder. Julia launched onto Andrade's back, but Andrade kept climbing. But Buddy finally broke free and ran into the ring, climbing the other side of the ladder. Andrade knocked Buddy off the ladder. Andrade placed Julia onto the side of the ladder. She slapped Andrade in the face. Andrade shoved Julia off the ladder, and she plunged backwards onto a Buddy, with the momentum forcing both Julia and Buddy through a ladder that was propped against the turnbuckles. Andrade pulled his mask down and won the match. Tony Schiavone was backstage about to interview the Redeemer Miro. Schiavone said that A few weeks ago, Miro mentioned a battle that was coming soon. Before Miro could respond, he was blindsided by Aaron Solo. Miro fought back and got the upper hand after cracking Solo with a chair to the back. Darby Allin versus Minoru Suzuki is up next. Darby was looking for a fight tonight, and Minoru Suzuki answered the challenge. Darby wasted no time drop-kicking Suzuki as Suzuki was entering the ring. He followed up with a Tupia Suicida. Darby chopped at Suzuki, placed him onto a steel chair, and then hit a shotgun dropkick off the apron onto Suzuki. Suzuki rocked Darby with a forearm in the center of the ring. Suzuki applied a triangle choke. He followed up with a punt kick to Darby. Suzuki charged at Darby and blasted him with a boot to the face. Darby chopped Suzuki and Suzuki laughed it off. Suzuki retaliated with his own chops, which staggered Darby. Darby fired back with a flurry of offense. Darby went for a coffin drop, but as he crash landed onto Suzuki, Suzuki countered with a sleeper hold. Darby used his own momentum, rolling backwards but holding onto Suzuki and pinning him. Sensational win for Darby Allin, said Ian. Suzuki had the choke locked in, but wasn't aware he had his shoulders down. A very rare miscalculation, replied Miguel. TNT champion Luchasaurus and Christian Cage appeared on the giant screen. Christian says, "Congratulations, Darby. That was hell of a win. It seems like you're ready. You're finally ready for your shot at the TNT Championship. On the surface, it would seem that way. But it seems to me you have some other stuff going on, Darby. Namely, Swerve Strickland, namely your former friend, A.R. Fox. You've got a little bit of a distraction going on, Darby. And you can't be distracted when you're eving for our TNT Championship, Darby. Yeah, it's not yours, Christian. It's Luchasaurus' belt. I can't wait till Luchasaurus wakes up and finally realizes it. Some things have changed since you last held this championship, namely me. This championship is more prestigious now than it has ever been in its entire existence. The title has never meant as much as it does right now, draped over my shoulder. Yeah, it can be on your shoulder, but it is not yours. I'm sorry to say there. You are no longer qualified to be the TNT champion. I will send you back to the mall to Hot Topic or whatever the hell it is you came from. You will never touch this championship again. Not as long as it's in my possession. Do you understand me? Next we have Ring of Honor World Television Champion Samoa Joe versus Gravity. Gravity hit Samoa Joe with forearms to the back. Gravity taunted Samoa Joe until Joe kicked him in the midsection. Gravity took down Joe with a Hurricanrana. Samoa Joe charged at Gravity with a forearm in the corner. Gravity jumped off the top turnbuckle, but Joe dodged him and then taunted him. Samoa Joe followed up with a senton to Gravity. Samoa Joe jabbed at Gravity. Samoa Joe finished Gravity with a muscle buster and pinned him. Samoa Joe is a man Gravity never forgets, said Miguel. Tony Schiavone was in the ring to interview CM Punk. CM Punk came to the ring carrying his big red bag. CM Punk says There has been a whole hell of a lot of things going on here in AEW. But before I talk about the bag, Hartford, how are we doing tonight? It's been weeks of rotten travel. I just showed up here about 2 hours ago. And I want to know I'd never let you down. I always make my towns and I show up for the people in the building. There's a whole lot of things going on Collision that no one really wants to meet head on. No one wants to talk about certain things. So I'll leave it to me to talk about it. And the first thing I want to talk about is Wembley Stadium. Gosh, I am the first wrestler to mention Wembley Stadium. 80,000 strong is CM Punk. Gonna go to merry old England? Is CM Punk wrestling on Wembley Stadium show? Well, maybe we'll know by the end of the night. But that has a lot to do with what's in the bag. Ricky Starks has a lot to do with what's in the bag. He's beaten me twice. Once in singles. Congratulations, Ricky. I'm not mad at you. I'm a little disappointed. Twice in a tag team match. More pissed off for Darby Allin than I am for myself. Because I said last week I can take the L. Can you take the win knowing that you're just a cheater? As far as the bag goes, it's not so much that I've been carrying it around, but I've been left holding it. And that's funny. That's the funny thing about responsibility, Scavani. It sucks a lot of time. Sometimes you gotta wake up and do some things you don't want to do because you're the responsible adult in the room. So what's in the bag? I think Ricky Starks is a cheater, and I think since I've come back, he's mistaken my kindness for weakness. And when I came back holding this very same red bag, and I said I wasn't going to be nice anymore. So ladies and gentlemen, this is me not being nice anymore. CM Punk opened the red bag and reached in. CM Punk says, because the truth doesn't care if you're nice. The truth doesn't care if you're right or wrong. But in this case, I'm right. And I'm the champion. CM Punk pulled out the AEW World Championship from the bag. CM Punk says, I am the real world's champion. This title has my name on it. Not because I deserve it, but because I earned it. Nobody has pinned me or submitted me for it. This title is still covered in my blood from last September when I beat Jon Moxley for it. And since then, nobody's beaten me for it. It's got my name on it. It's got my blood on it. And now it's got my symbol on it. CM Punk pulled out a can of spray paint. He sprayed painted an X over the face of the belt. CM Punk says this X has represented CM Punk since 1997. This X is the foundation I have built my professional wrestling career on. This X means I'm straight edge, and I'm straight edge means I'm better than you. This title is mine. It belongs on Collision, and this title is not stolen unlike my catchphrase. I am the real world's champion. Absolute Ricky Starks walked onto the ramp. Starks says, whoa, before I go any further, we're going to do a real entrance, right? All right. So I see Ricky Starks and CM Punk at the Wembley Stadium for All In. Do you guys? I definitely do. And doesn't it Ricky Starks look like The Rock for... Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Starks music played, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, Stark's music played and Starks made his way to the ring. Stark says, you know what? That was a great old story you told there, but to be honest with you, Ricky's kind of sold on gold right now. And the way I see it is, regardless of how I want about things, you would have done the exact same thing. True. So I bit you before you could ever bite me, pal. What you have on your shoulder right now belongs to me. I feel like I am owed that. Whatever you have is mine. I have beaten you not once, but I have beaten you twice. And that is more than anybody else can say. Honestly, not only am I the real world champion, but I am also the face of Collision. CM Punk says, are you the face of Collision, Ricky? Or are you the face of cheating? Did you beat me twice? Or did the referees beat me twice? Stark says, brother, man, I could have Stevie Wonder as my referee, and I would still be able to beat you. The way that I see it is a win. And that title should belong to me. CM Punk says, sounds like Ricky wants a title shot. Stark says, no, it's not that Ricky wants. CM Punk says, it sounds like Ricky wants a title shot. Stark says, I deserve a title shot. CM Punk says, I think you owe a big assist to 2 referees. But if I'm going to wrestle you again, if you want a shot at the title, I'm going to need an extra eyeballs out here. I'm going to need a special guest referee. Stark says, perfect. That's perfect. I would love that. I have no problem with that because it's no secret that you don't have any friends around here. So if you got to dig in your past, whoever it is, I don't care, because if I did it once, baby, I can do it twice, because absolute Ricky Starks is so damn nice. CM Punk says, I anticipated this a little bit, and I did make some phone calls. You're right. If we have a match, we're going to have a special guest referee, and it is someone from my past. You really want a shot at the champ? Stark says, I absolutely deserve a shot at the champ. CM Punk says, you got it. CM Punk shook hands with Ricky Starks. Tony Schiavone looks like we have a match next week on Collision. CM Punk says, hang on, Ricky. Tony, I think you should do the honors. You want to tell him who the special guest referee is going to be? Tony Schiavone, said, I'd be honored to. Next week in Greenville, South Carolina, Collision live on TNT. The special guest referee, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Holy shit. That's awesome. Bullet Club Gold, Juice Robinson and the Guns, Austin and Colton Gunn versus Action Andrade, Darius Martin, and Elio Del Vinco. Colton and Darius locked up with Colton, backing Darius in the corner. Darius fired back with a high crossbody. Action and Darius hit the Guns with a doubles kicks. Vinco nailed Colton with a double stomp. He tagged Action, who connected with a double back elbow onto the Guns. Andrade and Martin launched El Hijo del Vinco over the ring post and out onto the member of Bullet Club Gold outside the ring. The Bang Bang Gang got banged, said Miguel Colton smashed Andrade with a forearm to the back of the head. The Guns rocked Martin with the 310 to Yuma and pinned him. Kyria Hogan versus Mercedes Martinez. Martinez rocked Hogan with a big boot and then stomped on her in the corner. Kyria rallied back with a drop kick. Martinez planted Hogan face first. Martinez spiked Hogan with a brainbuster for a near fall. Martinez hit Hogan with a neck breaker off the turnbuckles. Hogan regained control of the bout because Martinez didn't put Hogan away when she had the opportunity. Hogan scored the thrust kick. Martinez suplexed Hogan, driving the shoulder down through the mat. Martinez clocked Hogan with the bayonet. Martinez locked in the Brass City Sleeper and forced Hogan to tap out. TBS champion Chris Statlander ran down to the ring to break up the hold. As Statlander was checking on Hogan, Martinez picked up Statlander's title and smashed Chris in the head with it. Willow Nightingale sprinted to the ring, forcing Martinez to retreat. Now it's your main event time. AEW World Tag Team Championship match. FTR, Dax Hardwood, and Cash Wheeler as your champions versus AEW World Champion MJF and Adam Cole. Baby, we are better than you, baby. There were dueling chants of double clothesline in FTR. Dax took down Cole with a headlock takeover. Dax chopped at Cole. Cash tagged in and slingshot over the ropes with a shoulder tackle on to Cole. Adam Cole rattled Cash Wheeler with a kick to the head. MJF tagged in and called for the double clothesline. Dax grabbed a Cash before MJF and Cole could connect with the double clothesline. MJF tagged in and called out Dax. Hardwood slammed MJF. Dax whipped MJF into the ropes and MJF jumped over him with a leapfrog. When MJF landed, he immediately clutched his ankle. But it was just MJF playing possum. MJF and Dax hit each other with open palm strikes. Wheeler tagged in and FTR isolated MJF from his corner, preventing him from tagging Adam Cole. MJF rocked FTR with a double DDT. Cole tagged in and cleaned house on FTR. Cole is fresh, said Nigel. Cole connected with a last shot on Cash for a near fall. Cole hit the lung blower on Cash. Hardwood made a tag and used O'Connor roll on Cole for a near fall. Cole fired back with a super kick for a 2 count on Dax. That was close. Oh my gosh, said Nigel. MJF tagged in and Cash did too. Cash held MJF for a pile driver, but Cole super kicked Cash. This allowed MJF to cradle Cash for a near fall. MJF spiked Cash with another pile driver for a near fall. That may have been the closest 2.999 we've ever seen here on Collision, said Ian. MJF and Cole called for the double clothesline. Hardwood broke up the double clothesline attempt by pulling MJF out of the ring. Cole tried to kick Hardwood, but Hardwood ducked and then Cash rolled up Cole for a near fall. That's brilliant tag team wrestling, said Nigel. Wheeler rammed Cole into the turnbuckles. FTR attempted a double suplex, but Cole fought his way out of the corner. Dax superplexed Cole, and then Cash crashed down onto Cole with a splash for from the top. Cole kicked out at 2. The fans chanted, "This is awesome, this is awesome." Hartwood allowed Cole to tag out to MJF. They traded forearms and chops. MJF poked Dax in the eyes. Hartwood hit a slingshot power bomb for a near fall on MJF. The fans chanted, "Fight forever, fight forever." You guys can let me know in the comments below how the game is. Hartwood was looking for a Panama Sunrise himself, but Cole knocked himself off with his perch when the referee wasn't looking. As the referee was animation, MJF kicked the turnbuckle between Dax's leg. MJF covered Dax for the pin, but Cash pulled MJF off of him. Adam Cole was looking to lower the boom, but Cash dazed him with a European uppercut. FTR were looking for a shatter machine on Cole, but MJF shoved Cole out of harm's way. MJF attempted to hit the Heat Seeker on Cash, but Dax rolled up MJF from behind with a O'Connor roll and scored the victory. MJF, in one of the most selfless acts he's ever done, he saved Adam Cole from the shatter machine. FTR shook hands with Cole. After the match, MJF sat in a corner and said, "I blew it." Adam Cole handed the AEW World Championship to MJF and said, "Max, you have nothing to be ashamed of. I love you." Adam Cole turned his back. MJF held the championship about to strike Cole with it. Adam Cole sensed what was about to happen and said, "I knew it. Do it. Do what you gotta do." MJF threw the title down, fighting back tears, said, "I can't do it." Adam Cole turned around in shock and said, "You didn't do it." Adam Cole and MJF hugged one another. Cole said, "I'm so proud of you." MJF climbed to the top turnbuckles and held the world championship overhead. And that's when I thought Adam Cole was going to attack him. But, hey, catch AEW Dynamite 200 on TBS next Wednesday live at 8/7 Central from Something Center in Tampa Bay, Florida. And remember, the home of professional wrestling is All Elite Wrestling. And man, guys, I thought Adam Cole and MJF was going to win tag team. That would have been so awesome to see them win. But anyways, guys, what is your thought on AEW tonight of AEW Collision? Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in possibly some news later or not. Who knows? And I will be back for NXT Great American Bash results early in the morning. I'm unstoppable, and I'm out.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Skiz here. And if you don't subscribe to Blonde and the Unstoppable Denominator, then you are a toothy bumfuck, pussy-ass bitch motherfucker.